What's up YouTube, this is Dan with Restless Studios and welcome to the Rift Saboteur review. Now, if I sound a little bit overtly excited or like a giddy schoolgirl, it's because I totally am, because this fucking soul is awesome. I have had so much fun playing the Saboteur, and it is easily one of the most unique classes or subclasses or whatever you need to call it in any game you've played, any MMO especially. And I know like some of you are watching this right now and you're like, dude, he's blowing stuff up. Like, oh, I get it. Yeah, he's like throwing grenades and shit, man. Yeah, my rogue did that, or my fucking gnome did that in World of Warcraft, dude. Yeah, he was an engineer. Okay, well, I'm not talking about like the whole fucking. And then I attached a bomb to a chicken and I threw it at the enemy and it blew up and confetti came out. I'm talking about someone that fucking throws explosive devices at moving objects and obliterates them. This is actually not a cartoony game. So when you throw a fragmentation grenade or a fucking C4 blast charge, things don't explode and candy comes out. This game is bloody. So it's good times and it makes explosions feel the way they should feel. Yeah, so anyways, enough on that. But yeah, and the other thing I want to point out is that these guys, it's kind of weird because they're ranged, but they're using fire, and that might sound a little bit familiar to you mages. Okay, well, I don't know if you figured this out from my videos yet, but I'm not a huge fan of mages. I chose rogue, and I'll probably choose a warrior, but I might do a cleric, but I'll probably steer clear of mages. Because, dude, you guys stand hundreds of yards away in a dress, and you throw lightning bolts. Come on.
Missiles. Arcane missile. I'm gonna throw a fireball. Yeah! Oh god, it's coming at me! I gotta get out of here.
Like, you guys are such pussies. Now I know your damage is awesome. Alright, sorry, I'm getting carried away. This is how I get sidetracked. Yeah, I want you to understand that the Saboteur, one of the things that just is so much fun is the burst damage. And that's how I got on that whole mage trip, is because the burst damage with these fucking guys is just pure awesome. It's basically like they stack 5 charges of different varieties and then they hit the trigger. And when they detonate, half your health is fucking gone. You could be a tank. Dude, you could be a warrior dressed up in fucking a building. You could just, your armor could just be a building and half of that building would fucking explode. That's how powerful the Saboteur is. Now, of course, there are downsides. Of course, there are good ways you can get your ass kicked. But hopefully this video will educate you a little bit. So that's what leads me to the last thing here. And yes, can you tell I've actually constructed a decent outline? Is that you've got 3 real types of people, I'm assuming, are going to be watching this video. You've got, some of you have already played or have not already played Rift, and you're just like, I have no idea what this guy's fucking talking about. You should definitely click here, or just go to my channel and educate yourself a little bit so you understand what's going on. The Saboteur is an awesome class to get you introduced because they're so unique. The second type of person is probably someone that plays Rift but hasn't made a Saboteur because I don't actually fucking know why, because your balls are hidden somewhere in your purse. Because this game is not worth playing unless you've at least tried a Saboteur, in my opinion. And the third type of person is probably someone that has a Saboteur, totally digs it, but doesn't really feel confident in it, or you're at the early levels and you want to see what someone can do now that I'm 48 personally. Or, you know, you're awesome at it, but you could use some tips, or whatever. Whatever you're going to get out of this, hopefully it'll benefit you in some way. Alright, so with all that shit being said, let's get into some of the specifics, and let me show you how I play a motherfucking Saboteur. Boosh. This is Dan's Saboteur. This is how Dan plays his Saboteur. Dan is sorry for referring to himself in the third person twice in a row. Or once at all. I apologize. I don't know where that came from. Anyways, let me show you how this works. Now, I'm not going to get into each individual talent for one simple reason. We don't have that kind of time. And more importantly, check the description. Bam! See that link? That link will take you to a talent calculator where you can see exactly how I built this. And you, seriously, feel free to swap skills out and take points out of places I put them. and put them in places you think they should go because you're an asshole and because you don't want the best badass Saboteur build possible. Seriously. No, feel free to go ahead, throw in the comments a better alternative, what you like, what you don't like. But regardless, I'm very confident in this. This took a lot of plat, a lot of time, and a lot of nerd analysis to get this far. In fact, by the time I actually got to like my last, I'm happy with this version of Boombot, I got my virginity back. It actually came back. I forgot what sex was. So yeah, feel free to do what you like. But two things I have to say about this build, and then we'll get into the actual mechanics and we'll start blowing shit up, is one, this is all about DPS. Assassin and Nightblade, the purpose of those is to do nothing more than to add damage to the bombs and the charges and the detonations and all the other cool shit you're going to be doing as a Saboteur. The second thing of note is this, silent setup. I'm not going to go into it in too much detail, but let's put it this way. When you throw a charge at an enemy, say you stick C4 to a car, the alarm goes off. Dudes run out with baseball bats and they beat your ass because you were trying to hook up explosives to their fucking ride. Now, if you have silent setup, it's kind of like you not only set up one C4 charge, you put shit everywhere. And after 5 explosives were rigged, wired, and ready to go, and you were down the street sipping fucking coffee, and then you hit detonate, they wouldn't have a clue where it came from until their car was already in flames. Silent setup basically lets you get a free 5-stack charge detonation on a mob before it comes to you. Not so useful in PvP. In fact, fucking useless in PvP. Not so useful in high-level raids and instances, but fucking vital to PvE leveling if you want to do it as a Saboteur. Awesome, that's it. Now let's get into mechanics, and these are big. So the first thing you need to know is you basically have 3 ways to kill an enemy, whether they're in combination with each other or on their own or whatever. You need to understand what the Saboteur has at his disposal. Now the first thing he's got is gold farmers, apparently. Give me smile. Give me smile. I will fall in love with you. Place order. You will become the hero. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Anyways, yes, gold farmers exist. So here's what you've got. You got 3 categories. At least that's how we're going to break it down. So one is charges. Now charges are basically the C4 I was talking about. Blast charge, direct damage. Spike charge, dot. Shrapnel, AoE. Embers, debuff and damage. Concussion, stun, and so on. Now you have combo points, just like in World of Warcraft. So you can basically stack up these charges up to 5. Now coincidentally, I have 5 charges down here in a line. So I just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that conscripted soldier we're looking at is now loaded with explosives. Now I can detonate him right now, which is what I'm going to do. Bye-bye. Now he's going to try to come at me. Keep in mind he's stunned and he's dotted. There goes his fucking head. Congratulations, you blew up your first dude. Now we need to move into bombs, because this is where it gets a little bit more trickier. Bombs are always AoE, and they are just as they sound. They're fucking bombs. You throw them, they explode, they hit things, but they serve different purposes. Bombs are a lot more utility than charges are. For example, chemical bomb, AoE, dot. Choking gas bomb, boom, AoE silence. Fucking amazing in PvP, by the way, especially in the Black Garden, where people will grab like an artifact and you have to chase them around. It's kind of like capture the flag, but you don't really capture the flag. Just kind of hold the flag, and people try to fuck you up. Throw a choking gas bomb on top of the dudes trying to heal their flag carrier, and it's hysterical because they all piss their pants. They can't figure out why none of them can cast. Fragmentation bomb. Now, for those of you that know what a grenade is, yeah, you got that. Adhesive bomb is a AoE snare, and annihilation bomb is an AoE damage with stun, which works. A lot of these work in conjunction with charges based on talents. Yeah, it gets a little complicated, but you'll figure it out as you play. So let me show you now. I'm going to go ahead and use some charges, but I'm also going to use that in conjunction with bombs. Okay. So he's fully charged, but he's got a buddy with him. He's got this skeleton. So watch this. Annihilation. They're both stunned. Boom. Frag bomb. Archer is almost dead. Asshole right here in front of me already blew up. and done. That's 2 mobs down. Look at my health. And I'm sitting here talking. Not a lot of effort. Now I'm going to introduce you to what I like to call the home base utility. This is a good one. So the home base utility, and the reason I call it that, is because basically you can set up a, you know, a quaint little safe spot, a little headquarters. Now in this case, I dropped some landmines, I dropped a booby trap, and you kind of get the general idea. So you set these utilities up in case shit gets close to you, because let's face it, even as a rogue, even though you're not a little bitch mage,
I cast fireball.
you don't want to get hit. That's really not a good thing. So here's what I'm gonna do this time. I'm not gonna use bombs. I'm gonna get these 2 assholes to come towards me, and I'm gonna show you the magic of landmines and a booby trap. Now let's just wait back here. And boom, see that shit? That took his legs off. Now one disappeared, and there's a booby trap and another mine. Now this idiot mage up here, there's a charge, annihilation bomb, detonation, and it's over. And that, my friends, is why saboteurs are badass. So that's it. I'll let you guys experiment. Feel free to message me with any questions, but that is the Saboteur. Thanks for all the subs, thanks for the love, as usual, and I will see you next time when I will be covering another soul in the Rogue Calling. Peace.